Hi, this is Marcel of Marcel on Tech, and today we're talking about what my experience has been like using the OnePlus Open. Now, this device, I think, is still in 2024, and we're only in January, in 2024 is the best folding device available on the market right now. And the reason that is what I'm going to get into now. Let's go. Okay, so the OnePlus Open. Now this came in right at the end of 2023 and it's rocking obviously the 2023 premium chip, which is the Snapdragon Gen 8 2. And that is a very, very cool chipset that's very, very powerful. It's really good on battery life. It's really good on CPU power. And this has to be probably the fastest device that I have used in a very long time. This channel's been up and running for about a year now, and I've been testing out and been very lucky to use some of the best devices. And this one, the OnePlus Open, has been one of the fastest. And I've been so happy about the way that it has operated and worked that it's been an absolute pleasure using it. And I really, really have enjoyed it. I got it in the matte black version, which I have to say is really nice. It's called Voyager Black. It's a super duper color, and I actually really appreciate and enjoy the cover that comes with it. I actually bought a third-party cover to test out to see what it was like, and it was just no good. It added so much bulk that actually the one that comes with it is far better, much narrower. Admittedly, it's not the best. It's obviously, it's just a fake sort of leather feel plastic, but it does actually fit extremely well, as you would imagine. And it's very comfortable in the hand and gives you that little extra grip and that reassurance, of course, that if you were to drop it, which you definitely don't want to, then it would get a little bit of protection on the back. I didn't use the front protector because that's very, very flimsy and I didn't really think it was going to do an awful lot. But the things that I did enjoy about it, the front panel is so good that you can get away with not even opening this once. And this front panel is going to operate like any premium candy bar device. But the beauty of this is when you do get the opportunity to open it out and see the internal display, it really is absolutely fantastic. It's like having a very high quality tablet that you can hold in your hand for an extended period of time, and you can watch it very, very easily and comfortably. And the sound quality as well is really, really good. So the audio quality is good, very good, in fact, I'll say that fairly. And it is something that I've been very, very impressed with. Let me give you an example of the speakers now. So there's a tiny little bit of distortion on this video in particular, where I've got some music playing that doesn't make it the very best audio quality because the video quality itself has got a little bit of hiss with it. But if you're watching good quality content, you're watching a movie, you're watching cartoons, you're watching even YouTube, the voice and quality is just fantastic. So I've been really pleased with this. And for that purpose and for the ability to close it and then have double the real estate that you've got, which is already fantastic on the front, makes this phone absolutely brilliant. Now, in terms of practicalities, I've been able to use it to do some video editing. It makes it so much easier to use an application such as CapCut, for example. This works really, really well in this open platform. There are some glitches. So if you look at this, you can actually see that the text here isn't actually correct. And it's all kind of bunched up and a bit squeezed up. So it can work in different orientations, but then it gets even worse if you see that there. So it's not completely optimized for tablet, but we find that that is the case with Android on most foldable phones at the moment. But is it a deal breaker? No. Can you live with it? Yes. Does it make a huge difference? No. So it really, really is absolutely fantastic to use. And the real estate space, if you go into things like the App Store, it just is clean and clear and really well laid out. Of course, you've got the app bar at the bottom as well, which I really enjoy using. It just makes it so much faster to navigate around, and it does work really, really well. The other thing that I have enjoyed using are the cameras. Now, not the camera bump, and that goes into my cons side of it, which there aren't that many, but the camera bump is significant. The size of the circular circumference there is bonkers. But the camera quality, both for zoom capabilities, video capability, stills, really good. The only weakness that I've had that I've been a bit disappointed with is when the light level drops. When the light starts to come down, it really does start to get grainy. And I don't quite understand why, because it has got some excellent sensors in here. The periscope is good, the zoom is good. The stabilization is very good as well, both on the front and on the main camera as well. And even on the inside camera, which you'd normally think is not very well used, is actually surprisingly good as well. So it is very, very good. It also has a mode called tent mode, which is brilliant. If you're watching a movie or you're watching a YouTube video, you can place it down on the table. The phone recognizes that you've got it like this and will display on the front. Because of course, as soon as you open it, it activates the internal screen and switches off the rear one. But when you put it down in tent mode like so, it recognizes what you're doing and you can see that the external screen opens up. So that little tweak, those little features are really, really powerful. It does have stylus capability. I didn't get a stylus to go with this, but it does have the capacity to use a stylus. So that is pretty cool as well. One of the features that I really appreciate about the OnePlus is that it does actually have an IR blaster. So the IR blaster is right there. And that is really, really cool because it is something that you don't find on many flagships or any phones nowadays, but it's incredibly useful because of course you can control things like your AC, your TV, your stereo maybe. Once you set it up, you can just point and shoot and literally control all those things. And that feature is something that you don't get on many devices anymore at all, but it just adds to the versatility and the functionality of this already very, very funky and good device. The alert slider, of course, is on the side here as well, which I really like. So that is incredibly useful to switch between, obviously, sound, vibration, and then completely muting it. So that obviously means it doesn't interrupt you in any way. So let's go on to the things that I don't like about it. As I already mentioned, the camera size here, the actual circumference of this camera bump is nearly half the size of the phone, which is quite incredible. And you will find that your finger rests on it. So sometimes you can kind of hook your finger underneath it, but sometimes you end up with your finger over the lens. And the problem with that is that you end up with smudges. So then you have to end up cleaning it off, or you don't realize and you're trying to take a picture and it's already smudged. So that's not ideal. This is an excessively large camera bump, but it does house a very good camera. So there's kind of like a bit of a trade-off. The other thing that gets a little bit weird and you have to get used to is the volume button being quite so high. I would actually suggest that the fingerprint reader, which by the way is excellent, also very, very good and super snappy, so absolutely love that. If the power button and fingerprint reader was slightly lower down, just say half an inch further down, then you could also lower the volume rocker and that would make it so much easier to reach and would be far, far more practical in my mind. But obviously button placement for them is very important for symmetry, etc. But for me, it was just a bit too high. And I've got big hands, so my hands fit around this device easily. But if you are the type of person with smaller hands, it can be quite hard to reach as well. The other thing is that I didn't necessarily like about this device was that there are some glitches. There definitely are some software glitches here and there where it kind of doesn't match compatibility when you open it up, etc. But it has got better over time. With software updates, it's got better with more usage and toggling certain things off and on. It has just got better and better. So those software things are not deal breakers. Any video that you see about these being a nightmare, you can definitely live with them. They're really not as bad as they perhaps make out. So they really, really are working on these things. And some of the built-in apps, which normally I really dislike companies that build in the apps, but there's a OnePlus folder that is already set up on your phone. And one of my favorite apps that I've actually switched over to is the O Relax. That O Relax is basically like meditation sounds. You can make your own musical sounds. You can set it on a timer. It is really good. It's very clean, very well laid out. The sounds are fantastic, ranging from the rainforest to the city to bird song, whatever your flavor might be. It's got that involved with it. So it is a really gorgeous app. So that's a surprisingly useful one that comes baked into the phone itself. And that is really, really nice. But the IR blaster as well, which is there obviously, allows you to set up and have your phone be able to control certain things as well. So when I purchased this device, I did get it with a discount straight from OnePlus. And on my purchase, I was also gifted the OnePlus Buds Pro R2R, very long title name. And actually these are surprisingly good. These have a value of 149 euros. And I've actually really enjoyed using them. They are very good mid-range earbuds. They've got good ANC, they've got good bass. I'll link a video to this above because I have made a video about these as well. And I've actually been quite surprised. So it's nice to get those as a gift, which obviously increases the value of what you've ordered as well. But the retail value of this device is 1,800 euros, which is a colossal amount of money. Is it worth that amount of money? I would say in comparison to what's going to be coming out this year, and there's going to be a huge growth of AI technology. The Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 has now come out with AI integration. There is going to be a huge acceleration probably in software capabilities and the things that these phones will be able to do and how fast they will operate. Now, this device won't be out of date anytime soon. It'll get software updates for the next 5 years, and it's going to be operating really, really well all the way through that, I'm sure of it. But 1,800 euros is a little bit too much to ask. So my suggestion would be is to always look and wait for the offers, because OnePlus are clearly doing offers all the time. I bought this one on an offer and it was more reasonably priced at 1,500 euros, and I got the earbuds as well. So not cheap, but also not the most expensive at that time. So well worth looking for those deals. Obviously, I will put links to the cheapest offers in my description below. Please make sure that you like and subscribe this video. We are growing day by day, and I really, really hope you enjoyed this video. If you've got any comments or if you agree or disagree with anything I've said, please put it below. I'd love to have the chat. Really good conversations getting started on my videos as well. So I hope to speak to you very soon, and otherwise have a great day. See you in my next one. Bye-bye for now.